Bless your heart. Silly ass liberals always wanting it for free. Let me explain something to you, though, about how free public education works, right? It's not really free, is it?
Oh, she's going to say,
No.
wait, how?
No.
How is it funded?
It's paid for by those of us who own property.
Oh! Owned! Okay, what is this? This seems like a crime.
Oh, I can't wait.
Lexie Jayy. Who's Lexie Jayy? Is she a TikToker? You should know this.
I have no idea.
You're the TikTok expert.
Lexie Jayy could.
One of the best parts about TikTok is always like some children get into some like drama or some shit, and then you have like grown ass adults analyzing the drama in like the most serious tone ever.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and you're like, but you're an adult. Why are you so scoldy? Kind of. I don't know. Let's see what this is.
Is iconic, but I want to introduce you to the real legend of the family, Elena. She lived with my family for about 30 years, and about 6 months ago, she decided it was time for her to move back to the Philippines. She got me ready for my first day of preschool, moved me into my college dorm and everything in between, so taking her back to the Philippines was something I could not have wanted to do more.
You're going to the Philippines?
Yes, I'm going to the Philippines. I have to take her home. It had been over 30 years since Nanny had last been to the Philippines. She sacrificed raising her son and daughter to get a job in America and send every dollar she could back home to her family. She is the hardest worker, and it's not an exaggeration to say that she's been through hell, yet somehow she's the smiliest, happiest person I have ever met. Before I knew it, it was time to head to LAX, and when I tell you I have...
Why did she post this? Like, this is like... Bro, you can't be posting stuff like this online. Like, what the...
This is insane.
Yeah, because like, of course, everyone is going to look at this and go like, oh my God, you had like a live-in servant. You know what I mean?
I released her back to her home country.
This is literally like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like if you ask the nanny herself, right? Like, I'm sure she has like a perspective that is not as like aggressive as everyone else that's like talking about it. But even then, you know what I mean? You're describing like third world exploitation, like basically slavery that we have normalized because, you know, it's the Philippines.
I've never experienced a heartbreak like this before. God, I love this woman so much. The princess, as I like to call her, was of course chauffeured all around LAX. She made so many friends, we got a ton of snacks, and we were ready for the longest flight ever. We had a tearful goodbye to America. She thanked it for everything it had brought to her. I cursed it for not letting her stay forever. We held hands the majority of the flight, and before I knew it...
Oh, she has to go home.
Wait.
Oh my God. Wait, she's being deported? What the fuck?
Wait, that's...
Yo. This story is insane. The part, what? That makes it so much worse. Bro, why didn't you like, here's how you could have made this story maybe a little bit more manageable. Even then, people will get mad at you, okay? Work with immigration lawyers to like ensure that she gets documentation, the proper documentation, and like bring her fucking family here. Like, what are you doing? You didn't... This is just like, oh yeah, my family used and abused our servant for 30 years and then didn't even sponsor her. And then I just basically shipped her ass back to the Philippines. You already know this, but in the Philippines, they do this a lot, but it's usually nursing and not being a maid. Maids are super normal in the Philippines, but they aren't like this.
Yeah, I mean,
what the fuck?
I think it's a lot different if like your white family in America, like, you know,
no, I mean, dude, really, really poor countries like the Philippines are hyper reliant basically on this kind of thing where like they work in either the cruise sector in like horrible work conditions for the record, or they work in like nursing homes and things of that nature. Yeah. They're in like the healthcare, like adult healthcare industry for the most part. Like it just sucks, and it's just one incredible way that America can keep importing cheap.
Yeah, I mean it's a
cheap
huge
labor.
Thing. Like especially, I always see it with like Filipino grandparents. It's always about like, oh, they came here so they could make money to move back to the Philippines. Like it's always just this like we can't make it happen there, and so you're shipped over here, and hopefully like before you die, you make enough to go back.
She said that the lawyer advised her not to go back home and her children couldn't visit her, the nanny. Yeah, it's like, that's odd.
We were in the Philippines. All sorts of things were going through my head at this point. Will Nanny's family take good care of her? Will they resent me? How will she fit in? Will she be homesick for America?
Will they resent me? It's like, hey, this is your mom who was my mom because my mom was like not available. Also, what is this? What is the feedback here? What like this is a thing that I will never understand, okay? This is a thing that they do on TikTok, which is like, I guess funny for me to say because like I do react to a lot of videos and like everybody always says like, oh, sometimes I'll take a piss in the middle of that react. So like, you know, there's that brief moment of my chair being there. But I don't understand when you're not like transforming anything. You're just like looking angrily during the entire TikTok. Like it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why they do that. Literally what you do, Lamau. Yeah, famously, I don't react at all. 13-month subscriber, which is precisely the reason why every react I have is like 8 hours long when the original content was like 30 seconds. Okay.
Will they resent me? How will she fit in? Will she be homesick for America? I was so anxious, I cannot even tell you.
This is insane. I cannot believe we're
Stay tuned for part 2. My time.
Now, if that wasn't bad enough, before she deleted the video, somebody had commented this and said, why did she never get to visit her home during the 30 years? That's crazy. Lexie replied back and said her immigration lawyers advised her not to and advised her kids not to visit. It was her decision to stay here as long as she did. That's wild. It is. Now imagine in the coming days, a bunch of legal eagles as well as immigration attorneys are going to come out and challenge this statement below. But tell me what you guys think of this story. How crazy is it that in 2023, people still have nannies who are separate?
Wait, what the that's definitely a thing that's like
I grew up with a child.
Okay, so then this is her is this her apology? Well, this is fresh. This is like fresh out the fucking it's 6 days ago. Well, it has 8,000 likes, so that's why I was like, I thought maybe it's like it just came out or something.
How many apologies have we?
I don't know who Lexie Jayy is, but it seems like she only has 119,000 followers. So what does she do? Like, what's her deal?
Wild.
Chat, what's her deal? The people who like posted this should at least give me.
I need to go to the bathroom. How do you not?
I do.
Where's your bathroom?
Outside, make a left. Also, our Sweet Greens food is here and has been here for a minute. She's filthy rich and nothing more. Wait, that's it? She's just white, blonde, and rich? Get the fuck out of here, dude. What, next thing you're going to tell me that at the top of the hour, there's not a 3-minute ad break? You know what I mean? Only because you don't realize that there is a 3-minute ad break, as a matter of fact. But you haven't seen it because you have subscribed to me. That's right. If you want to make sure that you never see the top of the hour ad break ever again, that's all you need to do. Subscribe for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite podcaster. Hopefully that's me. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Guapoco and Not a Weeb, thank you for the 5 subs, allowing 10 people total to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Sakura Gore, thank you for the 5 gifted. She could afford to live in slave. Of course she's rich. No, the reason why she could afford to live in slave is not because she's rich. The reason why she could afford to live in slave is because American imperialism has created a environment that is only sustainable with third world exploitation, specifically labor as a main import. Also because she's rich, but it's certainly because, like I said, it's because she's rich, but it's also certainly because she's because American imperialism. Wait, she's 29? This lady is 29 years old? Bro, I thought she was like 17, 18. That's why she was like posting these like ridiculous things. Not realizing that like you're going to get super canceled for this, or for understandable reasons. Bro, if she's 29, am I like 80? What the is this? Yeah, she's 29 years old. She got that drinking child's blood money. Wait, did you grab the... Wait, let me grab the salad. You forgot the salad, brother. How was she on TikTok? Her nanny worked at home for her dad.
Childhood nanny named Elena. Yesterday, I sat down and filmed a lengthy video going into the details of her immigration process as well as her employment. Before posting that video, I called Elena and shared it with her. She asked that I do not share those details of her life. Her word to me is the most important thing, and I will honor that.
Honestly, calling that lady a slave is a very first world privileged leftist thing to say. You are all exploited in the third world. You are all citizens of the empire. Yes, I 100% agree with that. No, she is in that condition. She probably does not even hate the condition that she's in. That's what I was trying to explain here. Okay? She probably does not even hate the condition that she's in. You want to know why? Because of how eviscerated we have left places like the Philippines. Okay, in comparison to other people from wherever she's from, she's probably doing much better. That's the luckiest person in the village in that regard.
Nick live-in servant. No, I get the salad. I actually found, I picked the first time. I guessed which word the forks were in, and I was right.
You're great. You know. Oh fuck! I almost got it, but I did not get it. Poor in the first world was rich in the third. Oh, 100%.
She reminded me that she and I know the truth of our relationship, that is what matters most, and that hateful people are not interested in understanding. I want to make it clear that I agree with how broken the immigration process is. Separately, I'd like to make it clear that Elena received a competitive wage for her work. Prior to her work with my family, she worked...
Yes, she got to live in the wealth of empire and send money to a home to her family, which is like a huge reason, like a huge way. I mean, part of the biggest reason why I'm a big advocate for open borders and better immigration policies. She did probably feel lucky and privileged herself, but that doesn't change the actual reality, okay? What did she say?
Immigration process is. Separately, I'd like to make it clear that Elena received a competitive wage for her work. Prior to her work with my...
Bro, she's talking about this woman who couldn't see her children for 30 years.
30 years.
That's crazy. As though this was like a part of the brain drain. You know what I mean? Like she was like, oh yeah, she was offered a competitive wage and a 401k. Like, no, she wasn't.
She's like, I also don't like the immigration policies, guys. Like,
yeah, but I will be a beneficiary of it in the in the imperial core.
And also, like, paying someone a competitive wage doesn't mean anything if they have to like live there permanently. Like, what's the point of making money at your job if you live at your job? I guess she like is sending money home to her family, but like that is kind of a fucked up way to make money for your family is by not getting to have one.
My family, she worked with many other families within the U.S. I cannot speak to her sacrifices and decisions, but I will say that every year she continued to choose to work with my family. It was one of our biggest blessings. Elena is the most incredible human with the most incredible soul, and I could not be more proud to consider her one of the 3 pillars that raised me. All of my grandparents passed before I was born, so I cannot speak to that traditional relationship, but in my heart, she is that and then some. My relationship with Elena was normalized to me. She has been in my life since I was 3 weeks old. It is very, very painful to unpack why someone would end up as an undocumented citizen in America, but reducing her life and her story to nothing but pain and sadness is untrue and disrespectful. She has a full life with hobbies and travel.
This is what I mean when I say is the banality of evil. Like, on paper, what she's describing is just like an outcome of just incredibly evil policies that led a person so far away from home to make these tremendous sacrifices, okay? But the way that you describe it as though you are the victim here in this circumstance is like pretty obvious. Like, it's just so normalized. This level of like evil is so normalized. You know what I mean? Because the status quo is awful. I want to explain precisely why this video and the situation it depicts is so heinous for those that don't get it. First, more details on the situation. This woman is in the USA for 30 years working for his family and was not able to leave according to the video creator. There is one reason for this and one reason only. She did not have a work visa. So this family employed her for 30 years, did not sponsor her as an employee to help her regularize her migration status and let her visa expire. Her having been on an expired visa obviously means that she was in the country illegally and being employed illegally by this family. This means she had no real labor protections and no recourse against them. As if she complained, she could have been investigated and deported. This is a huge part of our agricultural production too. This is why a lot of these facilities, poultry, and pretty much every kind of agricultural output is done by undocumented immigrants who are in that position with no legal way to like regularize their migrant status because it's much cheaper to do so. It's much there's no protections for them, and you can utilize the INS or the immigration customs enforcement to your advantage whenever there is any kind of like labor complaints coming from these workers who you are underpaying anyway. Again, the family did nothing to help her with this. In fact, if anything, her precarious migration status was beneficial for them because it meant they could exploit her and control her more and avoid giving her benefits, the minimum wage, etc. She was legally an unperson. That's true. Yeah. The her migration lawyer part is especially suspect. Having a lawyer who is yours rather than just someone you got advice from once or twice is incredibly expensive. There's no way she was able to pay for it herself. So was this lawyer actually employed by the family then? The implication for that possibility are clear. A lawyer employed by the family told her that she shouldn't leave the country, which obviously is great for them as they keep their house slave, just adding to the already numerous ethical issues with this situation. In 30 years, after so obviously and clearly seeking out an informal migrant, they never helped her regularize her migration status, leaving her in a highly precarious situation where she had little control over anything about her life / no ability to travel. Even despite that, even if we accept this notion that she personally couldn't travel, her employers could have paid for visits from her family, who is noted she hadn't seen in 30 years. They did not. These are people rich enough to have a live-in maid. Obviously, they could afford it. They clearly do not actually love her or consider her part of the family, as this American girl implies in her TikTok. They did nothing for her aside from the bare minimum. The best years of her life were spent toiling for another family while she was kept away from seeing her own. And why does this situation exist in the first place? Because of the upper-class families like this, who concentrated their class power in the past to further colonialism, like the Philippines was literally a United States colony, and who are still the driving force behind imperialism today. The same imperialism that keeps countries like the Philippines poor, that causes people like this to take drastic measures, living abroad for 30 years without ever going home, working for the very class of people who put people like her into that situation. Everything about the situation is fucked up. The woman who made this TikTok has absolutely no concept of what her and her family have done to this woman and her family. For her, it's an opportunity to make a fun TikTok for Internet Cloud. It's disgusting. And yes, you can absolutely sponsor a domestic worker for a temporary work visa up to 3 years. And then you can sponsor them for a permanent residency. They want to treat precarious labor they could exploit, so they didn't do this in the beginning. Absolutely true. 100%. She was in the situation of being unable to travel for 30 years because the family did not formally employ her at the start. Because of that, she came to have no formal status. So she could only leave once before being banned from re-entering again. Obviously, that's a great situation for the family, exploiting her to put her into a domestic worker who does everything for them, who can't leave until she retires, who has no legal protections or recourse to abuse. It's so gross, man.
30 years. That's a while. That's crazy that she had children and then like it was like, okay, well, I'm not going to see you till like you're an adult.
Like you could have like grandchildren even that you don't fucking know about at that point. Anyway, there's so many people in the U.S. that don't get happy little TikToks about it.
Making the TikTok about it is crazy.
But yeah, like no one would have known if you didn't choose to like do this for clout, by the way. So that's what's wild about this drama. I worked in a vegetation process plant for 2 days. It was hell for next to no money and chock full of migrants getting splashed with water in freezing temperatures, 30 degrees Fahrenheit at all times. So many Americans have zero clue. Yeah. Coming from a country with an awful history of slavery, one of the ways that the mentality persists till this day is she's part of the family, like the family, which only serves to make the worker have no boundaries, work free time, so working 24/7. It's super insidious, but seemingly innocent. Yeah. Okay. So that's another drama that we explored. What else you got for us?
Okay. I'm saving my best for
my
main story. This one, the freak kindergarten one's pretty funny because this video came up, and then I found a stitch of this video.
This is what my daughter...
Lady who just watch this first, and then I'll explain the next one.
Okay.
This is what my daughter did at school today. She did this to her whole classroom.
Okay, this is a Damien situation.
So I'm picking my daughter up from school.
What situation?
Damien, like Omen, a devil child.
Oh, yeah.
They had to evacuate her classroom.
What? What is this music? What's happening there? Why did she put a soundtrack to her fucking demon child?
I don't know, but what I do know is I found this TikTok of this mom who stitched this video and was like way too serious about it, as if like her child was personally harmed by this, and it's just one of those like conservative ladies that cracks me up.
Unpopular opinion incoming.
They had to evacuate her classroom.
This is probably an unpopular opinion, and I'm completely fine with that.
This child needs to be killed before she can do more harm.
Snipe this child.
Your child does not belong in a classroom with mine. Period.
Oh, what the? Get your child out of school, bitch.
Demon kid.
Okay? While I can empathize with your situation, my first and truly only priority is to my children. Okay?
So, why is she fantasizing about a situation where she's like been harmed by this
That's
personally?
what I'm saying. Yeah, I watched this and was like, oh my God, why did you get so mad about a video that looked like it was taken like 10 years ago? And then rants about how like unpopular opinion to say. Like,
It's because she's bored, okay? Like 95% of like conservative, wine mom talk is basically just like, I'm bored. I have no adversity in my life. So I'm making up hypothetical scenarios where I will be doing shower thought style arguments against. That's what they do. Suburban white moms are so bored. Yeah.
As a parent, I'm responsible for advocating for my children the same way.
Bro, she's got real like, we got to ban these gay books energy at the PTA. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well,
it's like, lady, you homeschool your children. Why are you here? It's like, well, I don't want other children to be queer.
This
sure
might
you
be an
advocate
unpopular
for yours,
opinion.
right? As my children's advocate, my number one priority is their safety and well-being. Does this look safe to you?
No one said it did. Like, no one said anything. The lady making the TikTok obviously knew it was an issue, but I'm like, why? Like,
oh, just
bless your heart, silly ass liberals always wanting shit.
Yes, yes.
I was like, there we go.
And she got the Hogwarts T-shirt on. God damn it, I love her. I love her.
Bless your heart, silly ass liberals always wanting shit for free. Let me explain something to you though about how free public education works. Right? It's not really free. Is it?
Oh, she's gonna say,
No,
wait, how?
no.
How is
it's
it funded?
paid for by those of us who own property.
Oh, fucking owned.
Never heard it put that way before.
We pay property taxes that fund public education. So we can
Which means I can fly down to your zip code and beat the shit out of your problem child.
I'll do it myself.
I'll go down there. Listen, I'm in Arkansas, but I will come down there to fucking, I was thinking of, Terre Haute, Indiana, and I'll beat the shit out of your problem child.
You ever been to Indiana?
No, dude. Terre Haute, Indiana is like, the only reason why I bring it up is because it's an E1 reference. Episode 1 is a podcast. Shouts out to the Hudsons.
Yeah, Indiana's a bad place.
Yeah. It's just like permanently stuck in my mind. That's where they execute terrorists. Yeah, isn't there like a prison there? It's like a prison city.
Yeah, it's like Gotham
Yeah.
over there.
we get a say in what happens, right? Now, I know that sometimes y'all struggle with things like rights and freedoms and civil liberties, kind of like with that jab, right? Like y'all wanted everybody to get stuck just because you did, okay?
Oh, there it is.
However,
Full circle
that
to the
child's
vaccine.
right to a free public education ends where my child's right to a safe learning environment begins.
How much you want to bet she homeschools her children, dude?
She doesn't. I was like, how is this even like?
Oh, never mind. She's not. This part. I made it a point to regularly buy things for our teachers from Amazon wish lists. I homeschool mine, and yet I still pay for others' education.
Christina, you're the one paying for everyone's education.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, that's how it's done. It's through my property taxes. I love her. Fulcrum, not drama, but this guy's awesome.
This is another. Oh wait, I would start at the beginning. People in chat will know. Do you know this guy?
Yes, we know who Fulcrum is.
Okay.
He's all right. Like, I used to like his stuff a lot, but I think he's like now kind of he's been hanging out with like some weird motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But this video is not this one. The other one is one that's just like a classic for me. Basically, he gets in a fight with this guy, this male Karen as he calls it, who gets mad and thinks he's like fucking around with or whatever. And then Fulcrum gets kind of mad at him. and I'll let this part play out so you can see. But in the we'll see. I don't want to spoil anything.
Damien, look, 925. We're just doing
hanging out with like
Sneeko and weed and stuff.
and Aiden Laws.
Yeah, Yodi gang, I'm out here. Fulcrum, come in. Yup, Yodi gang. You feel me? You best believe it. God damn it. All right, Yodi fam, so I'm out here in the 7-Eleven. I got this fire.
His vibes have always been so nice.
So what we need to do?
Good music too.
Oh, he does.
I gotta get 2 cups stuffed right there, type shit. Make sure you guys give this video a like. You feel me? This video is a banger. The firework, goddamn. What they call that shit? What the do they call that shit right there, bro? I forgot.
Yeah, scoop a little
I'm just pouring up, you feel me?
This 7-Eleven right now?
What you gaining out of that one?
I got nothing out of this.
Oh, he starts filming him?
Yeah.
Make a YouTube video of you making a YouTube video.
Hell yeah, bro. What you gaining out of that one?
I got nothing out of this. Just some common courtesy.
Hell yeah, bro.
What are you doing?
I'm just pouring up, you feel
Trashing
me?
this 7-Eleven right now?
No, I'm not trashing no 7-Eleven.
What's going on? You buying any of that?
Get out my face, bro.
Yeah.
Get out my
Oh, shit.
No, you better not do shit.
Do it on camera, bro.
Get the out of my face,
You're on
bro.
camera right now. You just tried to fight me. Call 911.
No, I said get the out of my face,
Call
dog.
911. He's coming up on me.
I'm not even talking to me.
Do all that on a beautiful day like this, man.
I'm not even talking to you, bro.
Bro, he used the razor screw like a blicky, dude. He had it ready, dude. He had that thing on him.
I'm not even
He's like, give me your ankles, bitch.
talking to you and you come up
He's like, I will destroy your shins, motherfucker.
and start filming me, bro.
He's making a video trying to trash
Bro,
this place up.
I'm not trashing this place up, you little goofy ass, little autistic ass motherfucking goofy ass motherfucker. Autistic ass motherfucker, get your ass out the store.
What are you doing? You buying any of that or what's going on?
I bought this from the smoke shop right now. What the f are you talking about, bro? I bought this from the smoke shop right now.
Is he calls the guy autistic. Now skip to like 7 minutes when he's sitting down there.
Autistic at the end
Oh,
of
yeah,
the day,
back
I
up.
just have to
So
me,
in
and
the
that's
same
definitely
video,
not
he
cool
keeps
at all. I don't have anything against people who are autistic at the end of the day. I just have to let that be known, you feel me?
Fucking respect, dog.
The only
I mean,
reason
he hit
why
him
I
with
was
the
calling,
he hit him with the A word because he saw the Overwatch shirt. You know what I mean? Out and about.
Just wait.
him autistic is
Wait,
because
back it up, like.
he visually was, bro. You could tell by the way he walked up to me. You can tell by the way he was talking to me and shit, bro. He's not normal, bro, because no one goes up to someone and just starts filming them like that. You
So
feel me?
not only does he call the guy autistic, he keeps it in the video, apologizes later in the video, and then
Says he's visually autistic and then implies that like autistic people are not normal. This has it all.
it's literally like the perfect video.
Yeah.
And no one ever talks about it. And the moment I saw this, I was like, I've never seen anyone like this.
He's like, yo, he's on the spectrum. Feel me?
He's like, he visually. You have to back it up to like 10 seconds. It's so funny. The lead up to him like doing the whole apology, being like, I shouldn't have done that.
I hate when I gotta lose my cool like that. You feel me? You feel me? I just lost my cool.
Right.
You feel me? I know I called him like autistic a few times. You feel me? And that's definitely not cool at all. I don't have anything against people who are autistic at the end of the day. I just have to let that be known. You feel me?
Thank God.
Thank God he let it be known.
Yeah, it's good that he's
The only reason why I was calling him autistic is because he visually was, bro. You can tell by the way he walked up to me. You can tell by the way he was talking to me and shit, bro. He's not normal, bro, because no one goes up to someone and just starts filming them like that.
Imagine something like this happens to you or me. Read the comments of his video. Like, imagine if, like, everyone...
Fulcrum's so real. He got harassed by male Karen, stood up for himself, and even apologized afterwards. We don't see many genuinely good YouTubers, and Damien's a breath of fresh air. Love it, Yodi gang. This man is so Chillington. I love this man for being himself.
Oh, no.
Even as an autistic person myself, the man was doing too much. Like, if you start hitting blinkers in front, I won't mind. Just take me to Yodi land with you. Fulcrum, the only YouTuber to actually stand up for himself. I came at you polite, even though he was immediately accusing you of trashing the store and stealing when you were just doing harmless Yodi gang shit. As an autistic person, this was funny as I like him because you can tell he feels genuine remorse, even though he was fully in the right.
Oh, God, you gotta love him.
I mean, the dude was in the wrong for sure for like being brutal and weird. And dude, I love this shit, dude. He's like, yo, you feel me? that boy ain't right. You feel me?
He's not normal.
Yeah.
When he says that, I'm just like,
he's got an Overwatch shirt on. Feel me? In public, broad daylight, Yodi gang.
I had to take a picture with you.
Me? Why?
Yeah, I have to show my man who I'm about to play him with.
No, don't do that.
Why? No, you don't want to claim me. No. Okay, bye.
no one wants to claim you.
Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.